Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the massive behind-the-scenes engine that pretty much powers the modern economy. We're talking about the journey that takes a single tap on your phone and somehow, almost magically, turns it into cash in a company's bank account. I mean, really think about it for a second. Have you ever stared at your phone bill and just wondered, how on earth do they do this? It's not one charge. It's millions upon millions of tiny little events. A song you streamed, a text you sent, a few minutes of a movie you watched. How does any company keep track of all of that for everybody all the time, and then wrap it up in one simple, understandable bill? Well, that incredible complexity is exactly what we're going to break down.
You see, the whole reason this is such a huge challenge is because of a massive shift in how we buy things. We're living in the subscription economy now. We've gone from buying a CD to subscribing to Spotify, from buying software in a box to paying for cloud access. It's not about one-time sales anymore. It's all about these continuous, ongoing relationships that are based on how much we use. And that, right there, creates a monumental billing headache.
So how do businesses solve this? How do they tame this complexity? Well, the entire journey, from that very first click all the way to the final payment, it all starts with a kind of digital handshake. It all begins with a contract. This is ground zero. Think of subscription order management as the system that holds the rule book for your relationship with the company. It knows exactly what services you signed up for, if you're on the basic plan or the premium bundle, and all the little terms and conditions of your agreement. It is the absolute foundation for everything else that's about to happen. And at the very heart of this whole system is, well, it's you, the customer. Except in the system's language, you're called a business partner. Now, this isn't just a name in a spreadsheet. It's the central master record that holds all of your core info, your name, your address, everything the company needs to identify you across all of their different systems. Okay, now here's where it gets really clever. The system separates who you are from how you pay. Attached to your business partner profile is something called a contract account. This is the financial hub. It contains all the rules for billing, for payments, for taxes. And here's the cool part. You can have more than one. You might have one contract account for your personal phone and a totally different one for your family's data plan, all neatly organized under you, the single business partner. All right, so the contract is in place. We know who the customer is and the rules of the game. Now we get to the part that is just, well, it's mind-boggling. Calculating the cost of every single tiny thing you do as it happens in real time. Let's look at how this incredible calculation actually works. This is where the real magic happens. You need a specialized, high-performance engine for this, and it's called convergent charging. It is built for one job and one job only, to price a ridiculous volume of small events, and to do it instantly. Every single time you use a service, this is the engine that's figuring out what, if anything, it costs.
And when I say a ridiculous volume, I am not kidding. Let that number sink in. These systems are built to handle tens of millions of these little usage events, like call records from a telco, every single day. The scale is just absolutely staggering.
So here's how it works in practice. It's a pretty logical flow, actually. 1, you stream a movie. 2, that action immediately generates usage event that gets fired off to the rating engine. 3, the engine instantly looks up your contract, finds the right price plan, maybe it's free, maybe it's a few cents per megabyte, and 4, a priced billable item is created. And just like that, a tiny individual action now has a financial value attached to it. Okay, so now the company has hundreds, maybe even thousands of these little billable items for you. But what do they do with them? They can't just send you a 50-page bill listing every text you sent, right? That would be insane. So how do they make any sense of it all? This is the next giant hurdle to overcome, just pure information overload. You've got your monthly fee, plus dozens of little usage charges, maybe a one-time fee for something you activated. If they just threw all of that at you in a giant list, it would be an absolute nightmare for you to understand. And this slide illustrates it perfectly. Look at the variety here. You've got all these different types of charges all piling up in your contract account during the month. Some are predictable, like that reoccurring fee, but others are completely variable, based purely on what you did. The system has to handle all of it. The solution is, you guessed it, another specialized component. This one's called convergent invoicing. Its job is basically to be a master organizer. It takes that chaotic mess of individual billable items and intelligently groups them, adds them up, and consolidates everything into one single, clean, coherent document that will eventually become your invoice. And that quote right there, that's the whole philosophy in a nutshell. The system's main goal is to grab every single transaction tied to your account and group it all into one billing document. It's all about creating clarity out of chaos.
So, we've got a contract. We've priced all the usage. We've created a clean, consolidated bill. Now, for the final leg of the journey, actually managing the money and getting paid. This is the point where that invoice becomes an official accounts receivable, a formal record saying you owe the company money. This whole process is managed by an incredibly powerful and robust accounting engine called Financial Contract Accounting, or FICA for short. It's purpose-built to handle the financial side of things for millions and millions of customers.
And FICA does way more than just sit and wait for a payment. It's like a financial detective. It's a master at matching incoming payments to the right invoices, which is a process called clearing, making sure every dollar goes to the right place. And it handles all the tough stuff too, like automatically sending out reminders for overdue payments. That's called dunning, all the way to helping customers set up installment plans if they need them.
And of course, this whole thing has to connect to the real world of money. So these systems are designed to integrate directly with payment providers we all use, like Stripe or PayPal. And this is super important. They use a security feature called tokenization. It swaps your sensitive credit card number for a secure, useless token, so the company never has to store your actual card details. It's a huge security win.
So let's just do a quick recap of the entire flow we just walked through. Step 1, you manage the contract. Step 2, you rate all the usage. Step 3, you aggregate all those little charges into one invoice. And finally, Step 4, you manage the receivables until the cash is in the bank. Each step handled by its own powerful, specialized component. What you're really seeing here is a seamless end-to-end journey. It's this incredibly tight integration that makes the whole subscription economy possible. It's what allows a company to manage millions of customers and literally billions of tiny microtransactions, and ultimately turn your one little click into actual cash in their bank. It truly is the invisible engine of modern business.
And that brings us to a final thought. The systems we've looked at are built for today's high-volume world, but this trend is only accelerating. As more and more products become services, and basically every single interaction we have can be monetized, what do you think the next great billing challenge will be? What's the next impossible problem that needs to be solved?